goals, otherwise it's just a dream. I say you have to go one step further. You have to not only write it down, but you have to share it with someone. And share it with that person that you're okay with getting on you if you're not doing it. So that can be kind of a touchy subject sometimes for us husbands and wives, or even, fathers and daughters, or mothers and sons, or whatever it may be. But if you just say, listen, I need you to be my accountability partner. If you see me go and grab for something that I'm not supposed to have, you don't have to be mean about it, but just please encourage me on my goals. Maybe go and exercise with me. So sometimes that means you have to be a little uncomfortable too. Maybe you have to not go and buy the Girl Scout cookies, even though you like them, but knowing that maybe your partner is in a time where she or he can't really have those, don't get them. Maybe you have to be the one to say, what, let's go to the gym today, or let's go for a walk today. Be that accountability partner for someone else too. Tip number 7, we have meditate. If you're not a fan of meditation, just try and sit comfortably in a quiet room. Take a bath, sit in the sauna, steam room. It can lower the blood pressure, reduce anxiety, improve your immune system, increase mind muscle connection. I started meditating recently. Last year, my meditation is more, I listen to it and then I start to fall asleep. So my wife goes to that trans, she goes out there and she's able to do it. But for me, what it's helped is for me to just take time out of my day. So often, we're go, and we never take a time for ourselves or for those that are our loved ones as well too. So that meditation can just help calm your mind. Maybe for you it's at the end of your day. For me it's in the beginning, because by the end of the day I already have so much going on that it's even that much harder for me to calm my brain down. But whenever you can do it, just take some time for yourself. Work with us. Studies done by myself and my team show that people that work with us feel better, look better, laugh louder, love more, live longer, and just enjoy life more. So it's totally unbiased, all these studies. But yeah, we've been around for quite some time again. I gave out flyers, we'll have flyers. Anyone that's interested can definitely contact us, and we can help out. But if we go to the next one, we have some other quick tips. So 10 more. So check out my book if you know anyone that sadly has been afflicted by breast cancer. I have an ebook that I wrote for anyone, that a fit guide to post-breast cancer recovery. Like us on Facebook. Do something you enjoy every day. Try and learn something new every day. Don't forget to laugh. Laughing helps actually relieve pain too, stress. Plus laughing helps other people laugh, helps them feel better. Tell at least one person you love them every day, or show it in some way. For adults and for kids. Again, last week when I spoke, when I spoke to the moms and daughters, I was talking about, trying to be includer, not an excluder, right? So this goes for parents and adults too. If you see someone, especially in an event like this, maybe they are by themselves. The fact that they even came out here to show support is amazing. Go up to them, say hi. Maybe that was a big step for them to come to something like this. For the kids, you see someone sitting at the lunch table, they don't have someone. Go up. You can be that one person that changes everything for that person. And again, it's not just something for kids. We see it with adults. There's a lot of stigmas out there. People think, because someone's overweight, they must be this way. Because someone does a pageant or a bodybuilding show, they must be this way. If someone plays football, they might be this way. Whatever it is. You don't know. You can only control who you are. So go out there and introduce yourself to that person. And you can be the one to help that person achieve their goals. Again, set at least one goal, preferably 3 a day. And as you achieve them, cross it off. That's going to help you achieve even bigger goals. And they don't have to be every day life-shattering goals. Maybe it's, today my goal is to, exercise. My goal is, clean one room in the house, or part of the house, to do the laundry, to not raise my voice to my children, to my wife, to my husband, to maybe, you're someone that prays, is to pray, whatever it may be. But by setting these smaller goals and achieving them, that's going to help you with these bigger goals that you may have. And tell yourself you're worth it and believe it every day. We came up with And the premise behind it is, you know, to put it on your right wrist, and if you say something negative about yourself, you have to put it on the left until you can say something positive about yourself, and then you put it back on the right. You know, so again, I train all different levels of people, and I don't say that as a way of bragging. I just say this: you never know. Like some of the pageant girls that I have, that, you know, you can see they're competing for Miss USA, so they're the one that was Donald Trump, and then I have girls that compete for Miss America, and I mean, so they're the most beautiful that they're ever going to be, but they still have self-doubt. They still don't see their worth. You know, some of my clients that I help lose over 100 pounds, they still don't see that worth, and some of them do. But again, the only one that can take that from you or give it to you is yourself. With that, thank you. If anyone has any questions or anything, I'd love to take some, please. I hope that was helpful to people.
Very much.
Does anyone have any questions for me? Anything? Anything about exercise?
What's your recommendation on somebody that's just getting into exercise? You know, where to start? Like, you know, you've worked with a lot of our patients, and you know that they're just getting into the gym. You know, they are just starting their weight loss journey. They're maybe 70 to 100 pounds overweight. You know, male, female, age, whatever it is. Where would they start?
Sure, that's a great question. As far as where you would start, I think one thing the person should recognize is the fact that they did start by going into the gym, you know, or doing something at home. I mean, and again, acknowledge that. You know, instead of
we're at home, daily activities, but sometimes, you know, maybe the gym can create some anxiety.
Yeah, and the way a lot of gyms are set up, and this is what I think makes ours a little different, but is they're set up for you to fail. You know, they're $10 a month. You know, you get the money, you come in, you're just a number. You know, but you know, again, it's on you to do that. So it's the point of what you can start doing. Again, just start with basic human movement. You know, just start by walking. You know, push-ups. If you're like, oh my gosh, push-ups. No, I can't do push-ups. You can do them against the wall. You know, squats. I can't squat. You squat. You go to the bathroom, you squat. You know, so now maybe you can't squat repetitively, and I get that. Maybe it's just, again, you just work, and that's why tracking is so important, because you can say, you know, today I was able to do, you know, 10 more of like an event. I was able to do push-ups against the wall. You know, as far as time goes, you know, you want to try and do at least 20 minutes. You know, at least 20 minutes of, again, some type of activity. If you have to break it up, you break it up. But again, keep it simple and you track it. So if today, for instance, you're like, 10 minutes is all I can do. See how much you did. If it took you 10 minutes, for instance, to walk from here to that wall and back, and tomorrow you're like, all I have is 10 minutes. Okay? Try and get to that wall and back, and halfway, you went just a little harder. You know, just a little more. That's all it has to be, is just a little more. You don't have to set these huge milestones. I suggest when you go to a gym, though, oftentimes you are allowed to get set up with a coach or the trainer for free. Take advantage of it. Just know they're probably trying to sell you. I mean, that's their job, so don't take offense to it. You know, but just ask them, like, to see how to use some of the equipment that maybe you're not sure of. You know, again, we post a lot of stuff. I have over 60 videos and pictures on YouTube, on my website, that you can go to that has proper form on a lot of movements. So you can always, you know, use that as a resource. You can always message me. I'm more than happy to send you information. You know, on just some basic tips that can get everyone started too.
How do you balance your cardio and your weightlifting? Do you do them on different days, and how many days do you take off?
Sure, that's a great question. So the question was, how do you balance cardio and weightlifting, and should you take days off? So when you're working larger muscle groups, when you're lifting, you want to take off about 48 hours is ideal to recover. Now, when you're starting off, you might need to take off 72 because, you know, things are going to be a little more sore. Now, keep in mind, delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS as it's called, is not a good indicator of a workout. You know, so if you're not sore, that's okay. What we want is that acute failure, meaning if we said do push-ups, and you're doing push-ups against the wall, and you're like, I can't do it anymore, it's good enough. You know, if we say we're going for, and typically we want to start off with higher reps, lighter weight, so that would be anything from like 15 to 25 reps. The lighter weight and the higher reps does a couple things. It allows you to build tendon and ligament strength around the muscles. It allows you to work on your form without the chance of injury as much. And it allows you to burn a little more calories. So as far as what you should do, weightlifting or cardio, it depends on your time. If you have 30 minutes, say 6 days a week, maybe you lift 3 of them and you do cardio the other 3. If you got a little longer, then maybe you can get them both in. I suggest you try and do cardio after lifting. Reason being, now with that, if you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't stand cardio, then do it before so you get it done. But if you can do both of them, and the reason I suggest cardio after is twofold. One, as we lift, we start to deplete ourselves of blood sugar, glycogen, and then our bodies can start to burn fat a little more efficiently. Then we can get into our cardio. 2, when we do cardio and or lift, we get tired. You're more likely to injure yourself weightlifting than you are doing cardio. Walking, riding a recumbent bike. As far as what kind of cardio is best, the kind of cardio you'll do is best. So if running hurts your knee, don't run. If you like to run, run. If your goal is to do a 5K and you want to do it quickly, then you're going to have to run for that. If your goal is just, I want to be, work my cardiovascular strength and burn calories, and do whatever it will take. I would try and stay away from the recumbent bike as much as you can, or bikes, just because, again, as we stated, you're already sitting about 9 hours a day. So if you're able to do an elliptical or something like that, I would try and do that just so we're standing more. We'll burn a little more calories, we'll engage your core, and it'll help relieve that pressure off the spine. But again, that being said, if the bike is what you can do, then do the bike. Anyone else? Please? But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, like I said, is just, you all, and the fact that I see a lot of people here, and I know with the Weight Loss Institute, these guys are amazing. The support that they give, the support that they have. I don't think, in my opinion, enough people take advantage of what these guys do. With the support system that these guys have created here. Again, my sister, like I said, had it done. She lives, though, out in Washington, D.C., so I was like, why don't you fly back to Arizona? I have a great team that can take care of it for you. She didn't really get that support as much. Thankfully, she has a wonderful husband, and she has some support outside of that. But you guys, again, you have not just one accountability partner for any of you. I mean, I see a whole group of people that can help keep you accountable. So, I mean, take advantage of that. Strength is asking for help, and accepting that help. And too many of us, especially again guys, tend to be the ones like, oh, I'll find it. We're not lost. We're right where I want us to be. Okay, sure we are. And so, take advantage and, use that help to help get you over that. Because it's hard. Like for me, when I lost my weight, again, my peak was 225. My waist was about a 38-inch waist. I'm 5'10". So that was considered obese, overweight. I realized for some people that maybe they were heavier. So again, not comparing, but I mean, it was, and I was a trainer even at that time. But I could hide it pretty well. And then one day I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? Like, I can't live my life like this. So I started losing weight, and then I did a natural bodybuilding show. So I wanted to go like all the way to the other extreme. And then I was like, that's not living life either. So it took me, I went from 225 to 156 to 210 to 160, and now I have around like 180. But I mean, so I had that ups, downs, yo-yo dieting, the plus, the minus, the feeling good about myself, wearing clothes that I shouldn't ever necessarily wear, to all of a sudden like, I can't believe I used to fit in that. I can't even get a leg in that thing anymore. So, finding that balance. So for you, using your resources for that balance is going to be crucial.
Is that being on yo-yo dieting? Is that a big
And Mike can probably even speak, a little more on that, but yes. I mean, because, so physically, it's bad as far as what's going internally. As far as on now all of a sudden your intestines, everything's working harder.